Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, August 31st, 2025, and it is time for your Sunday reading. I'm Dolly. This is the Wolf Girl Oracle, and I'm glad that you're here. I know that there's been a lot going on in the last week or so that's been very heartbreaking and has really made our hearts heavy and has just seemed very chaotic and out of control. And I thought, we're entering into the last quarter of the year, September, October, November, December, the last 4 months of the year. And I thought today I would do a reading that encompasses this last 4 months. I specifically want to know what is happening for our nation. What can we expect? Is there any warning in this? And I had that on my mind this morning when I did my personal reading. And after I got done with my personal reading, I thought, you know what, I'm going to share this with you guys as our Sunday reading because I felt that the message from Spirit was very good. It was uplifting, but there were some warnings in there as well. So let's get over to the other camera and I'll show you what I got. Okay, first of all, I was using the Inner Temple Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, who I love, by the way. Just absolutely love Rebecca Campbell's stuff. And my Mindscapes Tarot, which I've just been having a lot of great communication with this particular deck with Spirit, so I'm sort of sticking with it. And it's by John Rice. Both just amazing decks, okay? And I started here as September, October, November, and December. So let's start here with September. And I got, as my oracle card, Unhookable. Unhookable. And what you're seeing in this card is just, this almost looks like angel wings. This is like a spiral. This is just a person sort of emerging into the light, like rising to the light. And, the feeling that I got from this card specifically was, we are at a point right now in our country where so many people are waking up to the things that may have been kind of hidden by confusion. If you keep things chaotic, it's really easy to confuse the masses. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we've been bombarded with chaos after chaos after chaos, and people are just not falling for it anymore. They're becoming unhookable, okay? Because they are emerging from their state of sleep and getting into the light. And I do feel that strongly in the collective. Whether or not the media is actually showing that or not, I feel like that's happening with the common American, okay? On both sides of the aisle, there is this awakening happening, and it's a good thing. It's rising above everything else. She's way up in the sky. She's going off into space. She is way above everything else, and she is unhookable. There isn't anything in this realm that could hook her anymore. Okay, and I love that. And then as the tarot clarifier, I got the Six of Spires, which is like the Six of Swords in a regular deck. And this is very much a recovery card, like a, just basically, the feeling that I'm getting is like what you would feel after having a long illness, like the respite that you feel, the way that your body feels, the kind of sleep that you get. It's a recovery, a recovery from abuse, from trauma that we've all experienced. Okay, so this recovery is what is allowing us to be unhookable, and what's allowing people who maybe couldn't see it before to see it now, to see the things that are the problem. Okay, and it's allowing everyone to recover. So that's very positive. And then for October, I got the end is also the beginning, which is a beautiful card. You know, the end is also the beginning. So we're going to be starting a new cycle. A new cycle. And just to clarify that, as the tarot card, I got the World, which is also very much a completion, an end of a cycle, beginning of something new type of a card. But a card that jumped out along with the World was the Eight of Stones, which is like the Eight of Pentacles in the Medicine position. Okay, and this is the warning card. It's a warning that it's really important for us to, when this new cycle begins, however that is going to be, we have to be careful not to be, I told you so, careful not to be rejoicing over something that might happen. Okay, it's really important that we're not like, woohoo, I'm glad that's over with, yeah. Because the way that this cycle might be ending might be, how do I explain this? Traumatizing for a lot of people. So it's really important that we handle this ending and new beginning with grace. Okay, and you know, the Eight of Pentacles or the Eight of Stones in the upright position, you know, is very much a mastery card. It's very much a how do I put this? It's very much a mastery card. It's very much about what you know. It like knowledge and wisdom, you know. Whereas in the Medicine position, it's a call to don't let your ego get in the way of grace. Grace should always be, as light bringers and as light workers, we have to always like treat every situation with grace. And we have to recognize that there are human beings on the other side of the issues that concern us. Okay? Whether we want to acknowledge that or not, there are human beings on the other side of this. So this has to be handled with grace. It's the only way that we can unify as a nation if we hope to do that. You know, if that's our intention, if that's the intention that we're putting out, that's the intention I'm putting out. If we hope to unify, then we need to handle things with grace, even if we weren't shown grace. And that's hard, and I understand that. But as light workers, that's what we have to do. If we don't want crazy karma to come back on us, we don't want to end one cycle and start a brand new cycle with the same crap. You see what I'm saying? So we have to be the bigger people, and we have to be the ones to step into the light and help everyone just rise up to the light. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we have September, October, November, which happens to be my birthday month. We have feminine. Now, this part of the deck, if there is a medicine position, you know, the medicine position is on this side, but I got feminine. Feminine, the feminine energy, and all the energy that comes with the moon, you know, the wisdom, the hidden knowledge, you know, all this, you know, the word that comes to mind is nutrition. Like we need to be, like we're going to see in November, we're going to see like a very oh, how do I explain this? I'm having a problem with my words today, you guys. Please forgive me. I'm having a bad autism day where my words aren't coming very easily. I can see the pictures, but I can't translate them into the words. It is like, so let me give an example. A little kid is running, they fall and scrape their knee. Mom comes up, scoops them up, gives them a big kiss, takes them in the house, puts a Band-Aid on it, maybe some Bactine, and helps them feel better. That is the feeling that I'm getting from feminine. Okay, it's this want to heal, this want to nurture. Nurture, that's the word I was looking for, not nutrition. Nurture. Although it's kind of the same thing, right? But that's what I'm feeling with this card. And then I got the Queen of Tides. And this is like the Queen of Cups in a regular deck. And you know, the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Tides in this circumstance is also very much a nurturing, loving, lead by example, but the example is grace. It is temperance and balance. It is, there's just this real special feeling that comes with the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Tides in this case. You know, she's very much a throw her arms around you and soothe you before she helps to lead you. And I feel like this is the energy for November. This is, I don't know if someone's going to step forward that is female or maybe who just has those qualities, who's going to help America heal. But that's something to look for in November. And then for December, I got the Chamber of Transformation. The Chamber of Transformation. And as a qualifier, I got the Three of Stones, but it's in the medicine position. And so the Three of Stones is like the Three of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here is we have a decision to make on how we're going to go forward, okay? In the Chamber of Transformation, okay, you can go one of two ways. You can go to productive or you can go to destructive, depending on the intention that you put into the transformation. I am feeling like, because the Three of Stones came up in the medicine position, you know, normally this is very much a teamwork type card. But in the medicine position, it is a ego bashing kind of card where people aren't listening to each other and people aren't, they're just not getting along well. So we don't want more of the same. That's what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now in our country. We don't want more of the same. So this Three of Stones is basically a warning to us. It's a warning that, hey, if we aren't the bigger people and stand up and say, hey, I'm willing to work with you, let's talk this through, instead of not even hearing what they have to say because we're too busy formalizing what we're going to say next, okay, that we don't even hear them, well, we're going to have more of the same. The cycle will begin again, and it'll be more of the same. We don't want more of the same. We want something different. You know, at least I do. I want something different. I don't want all this madness to keep pressing on in our world. So I feel like it's going to take all of us, no matter what side of the aisle we're on, it's going to take all of us to put on our big girl and big boy panties and be grown-ups and really, with grace, correct, you know, get us back on course, you know. And it's going to be important to get us back on course to treat the people who, even though they didn't necessarily always treat us very well, to treat them with compassion and grace. I know that's going to be hard, but I feel like that's the only way we're going to be able to break this cycle. And what's crazy is we've been in this cycle for a long time. And it's time for us to break free as this cycle continues, as we keep redoing and remaking all the mistakes that we have in the past. Instead of looking at this as a lesson and actually being able to progress forward, we're making a lot of the same mistakes over and over and over and over again, you know? And I feel like Spirit is saying we have to do something very different if we hope to break this cycle. But it is possible. And that's the positive thing about this. It is possible. Okay? All right, let's get over to the other camera. All right, I want to thank you guys for coming today. I love you. Thanks for listening to Spirit. I hope that that resonated with you and that you're feeling kind of the same thing that I'm feeling. Please let me know in the comments what you're feeling. You know, what did you get out of this? Because I thought it was pretty cool and the message was very clear, which was awesome. So anyways, I'll see you all again on Tuesday over on Katie's channel at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time for her Let's Talk About It Tuesday. Let's taco about it Tuesday. And then on my channel on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for Good Morning Coffee and Talk. And then on Friday on Sonia's channel for Coffee Chat Oracle's channel, Sonia, for her morning show at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And let's just keep the high vibes rising. Let's encourage each other, pray for each other, and let's just keep this going. Okay? I love you guys. Take care, everybody. All right. Bye-bye.